welcome. We bring to you fire funds. Funds that you can start investing in right away and build up wealth for yourself, say in next 15 to 20 years, so that you can plan your early retirement and live the life you really want to live. To talk on this, I have with me Mr. Sachin Jain, Research Analyst, ICICI Securities. Welcome, Mr. Jain.
Thank you. Thank you, Gita. Hi.
Sachin, why do we really need to invest?
Yeah, so very simple. Straightforward answer is, you need money at the end of say 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and we just want to enjoy our life, don't want to work after 15 years, 20 years. So what to do? The easiest thing is just delay your gratification, the small amount which you can just save and invest right now, and just keep it, remain invested for around 10, 15, 20 years, and then just retire it out after 15 years at the age of 30, 40, 45, 50. So just to give you an example, the thumb rule of 72. We all young people, the thumb rule of 72 says that your money gets double. You divide by whatever the rate of interest you expect by 72, and then your money gets double into that year. So for example, if the rate of interest you are earning, or in equity markets, say we assume generally say that you can earn 14 to 15% return. So if you earn 14% CAGR return, so for 72 divided by 14 and a half, your money gets double every 5 years. So just imagine 1 lakh rupee invested now, it gets 2 lakh rupees after 5 years, it gets 4 lakh after 10 years, 8 lakhs in 15 years, 16 lakhs in 20 years. So 1 lakh rupees becomes 16 lakh rupees in 20 years. So that's a 16x we are talking about. So, we all know 1 lakh rupee, we all can at least try and save and invest. So you just have to save 1 lakh rupee, maybe say for the next 10 years, say if I'm at the age of 30, and by the age of 50, every year you will be getting 16 lakh, 20 lakhs, that's 16 lakh odd rupees. So basically we are talking about just parking 1 lakh rupee odd every year, and we are talking about 16 lakh rupees every year from the age of 50. If I start at the age of 30. So basically the point being the power of compounding. The Warren Buffett says that the eighth wonder of the world is the power of compounding. So we all know it, we all understand it. I just want to highlight that all millennials, all young people, just do in action. If money gets double every 5 years, just accumulate, park your money into maybe a small amount, and just let it grow, let it compound interest, and let this eighth wonder of the world do wonders for you. Just think over it, just do in Excel. My sincere advice, just park small amount of money, maybe 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees a month, 1 lakh rupee kind of amount in year. So just to give you an example, in 35 odd years, of 1,500 rupees, 1,500 rupees invested every month can become a crore, 1 crore. So you just have to do nothing. You just have to do an SIP for the next 30, 35 odd years of 1,500 rupees, and you will get 1 crore rupees after 35 odd years. So as soon as you get your first job, just do an SIP of 1,500 rupees and you will get 1 crore rupees. This is as simple as that. It's just that people don't want to emphasize too much on these simple things. But just do it in Excel on your own, son. Assuming 12% kind of rate, 12% kind of a return if you can expect from equity markets. So 1,500 becoming 1 crore, 1 lakh rupee becoming 16 lakhs in 20 years. So these are all wonders which are which can be achieved by young people like us by investing in these. In wherever you want, you invest wherever you want, but just invest and just take the benefit of this compound interest. I think that's what I just wanted to say.
That is the magic of compounding.
Right, absolutely.
Sachin, which top funds would you recommend? The fire funds, which one should start investing in? As you said, a small investment of 1,500 rupees a month could make wonders, say down the line 30 years, 35 years. So which are the funds that you would recommend, the fire funds, to start investing in for the youngsters who are just entering and they have just landed up in a job and really want to start and save for their early retirements?
So there are a few funds. First of all, I just want to highlight one category of global funds. because we all youngsters, we all millennials can relate to Netflix, Google, Alphabet, Amazons of the world, Coca-Colas of the world, and Nestle's of the world. So we all know it. We all understand the power of brands. What Netflix can achieve. What kind of a runway Google have, YouTube has, Microsoft has, IBM has. So there is a category of global funds where you can just invest and participate in these super brands. And we all know the Teslas of the world. So we all know, we are so excited about Tesla getting launched into India. We are so excited about Netflix, the Amazons of the world. So there are global funds which I think especially young people who can relate themselves can invest in those funds. So few of the global funds are like, there's a fund called Motilal Oswal Nasdaq 100 ETF. It invests in Nasdaq ETF, which is nothing but all these technology stocks. And we all know technology has a huge runway for the next 10, 15, 20 years. We all know they have so much of power around them that you can't displace them now. We can't do anything now without Google, without Netflix, without Amazon, without Facebook, without even Tesla for that matter. So global funds is something which I think especially young people can consider. So Motilal Oswal Nasdaq 100 ETF is one ETF which I can suggest investors to just invest a small amount every month. Another could be ICICI Prudential US Blue Chip Equity Fund. This is also a very good diversified equity funds. So while Motilal Oswal was more on the technology heavy, this ICICI Blue Chip is more diversified. The name of the stocks, just to give you a sense of, is like Lockheed Martin, the Boeings of the world, Intel, Coca-Cola, McDonald's globally, the Kellogg's, the Salesforce, etc. We have been all talking about the Salesforce being the talk of the town. The Kellogg's, we all have eaten Kellogg's breakfast for so many years now. So these are the few of the companies which this ICICI Blue Chip Equity Equity Fund, US Equity Fund invest in. So the investor can consider that. Another fund which I can recommend, especially in a global theme, is Parag Parikh Long Term Equity Fund. This fund invests predominantly into India, but it also invests around 25 to 30% into global funds. This Facebook, Amazon, IBM, these kind of stocks. So if someone doesn't want to take 100% exposure into US markets or the Nasdaq, I think Parag Parikh Long Term Equity can be a good fit because it invests most of the funds into India and just around 25, 30 odd percent into US markets. So these are the three funds which can be considered by our young generation if they want to invest in global themes. So this is something which I will want to recommend to our investors. Coming to India, just the India specific funds, there are few funds which are very long runway to growth, which we personally believe have a very long runway to growth. One fund could be UTI Flexi Cap Fund. UTI Cap Fund is one of the most consistent outperforming fund. It invests in various good brands. So just to name a few, or the leading private banks, the leading retail, the new telecom companies, which you are, use the phone. The interview we are having a discussion on the internet play. So if somebody wants to play an internet play or the telecom play, fund invest in that. So that is something consider. Cap fund is what I was talking about. Another fund which investor can consider is Kotak Emerging Equity Fund. This Kotak Emerging Equity Fund is more of a mid-cap fund. So, all young people like us, want to invest in companies which are currently small, but can grow big. So, to add a flavor of small companies which can grow big, because we ourselves will be going big, going down the line. So, why not invest in ourselves kind of a company which are small in size, small in wealth as of now, but they will grow over a period of time. So mid-cap funds is something which can be considered. One last fund which I would recommend is from a small cap category. So even it looks a slightly aggressive bet. We all are aggressive in nature. So Nippon India Small Cap Fund is something which I would want to recommend to our young people who want to take a bet, slightly aggressive bet, go for that extra risk to generate that extra return. because say a large cap fund can get delivered say around 10-12%. This fund can deliver 13-14-15% also, obviously with some volatility. But we all young people love to take risk, isn't it? So maybe some kind of a risk, a calculated risk. Invest a small amount in this Nippon India small cap fund, a fantastic fund, a very good fund manager, consistency, track record. Invest in those small companies which is likely to grow big. So so that we participate in the growth journey of those companies as well. So one set of funds which are global in nature, technology, global companies which we ourselves relate with. One funds like something like an UTI equity, which is more flagship fund, more proper high quality growth companies. Then we have a couple of funds like Kotak emerging equity and Nippon India small cap, which are into mid cap and small cap space. Just grow with them, take slightly high calculated risk, and just grow your wealth. So these are the few funds which I would want to highlight to our investors in this call.
It's a brilliant mix of funds actually: global funds, large cap fund, mid cap, and small cap fund. Sachin, if I would ask you a small question, because these new generation guys really don't know how much to start investing in. I mean, what is the minimum amount that they should start investing in to create a huge wealth for them? I mean, they are so confused. They say, what is the kind of investment we should put in each of the funds?
Yeah, I think that's again a very very good question actually. Because every now and then we also ask, I want to start an SIP or a regular investment. So the first question which I tell them is, you just start, because to finish we have to start first. It doesn't matter. You can start from as low as rupees 500 rupees per month, or even 5,000 rupees in lump sum. So whenever you get a paycheck, just invest 5,000 bucks into any fund which we are just recommending. Do an SIP. So I just told you 1,500 rupees a month for the next 35 odd years can give you 1 crore. Can you just imagine amount of 1 crore? I mean, we can't just imagine about accumulating 1 crore. And people would have thought, no, how can we accumulate a 1 crore by investing? We need to invest significant sum. So 1,500 rupees investing a month can give you 1 crore. So you start with 500 rupees. What's a big deal? But just start. So getting start is more important than thinking about the destination. So we all know, if we are facing in the right direction, I think we will somehow achieve our journey. So I just want to highlight that just start as low as 500 rupees, 1,500, whatever you want to start, just start.
Thank you, Sachin, for being with us. It was a pleasure speaking with you. It was a deep insight into how a wealth can be created from such a small amount and investing at early age.
Thank you, Geetu. Thank you for having me here.